Hey guys, and welcome to episode 15 of the Entirely X Gaming Podcast. I'm the saddest birthday host ever, Mike Spindler. Gamertag is XI Mike392IX. And with me, I got the monster hunting hero, Ben Frampton.
Takes a bow. My gamer tag is Nareem.
And the soon-to-be Silver Shroud, Tyler Spindler.
The Silver Shroud. I'm sorry, I'm bad at that. I'll probably get better at that once I find him. But what's up, guys? Gamertags XI, Tidal Wave, IX.
It has its own radio station. Get on it.
I'm probably just gonna sit there and listen to it now.
So you guys might notice on your little lovely podcast feed that we might have missed a week or two there. That happened to bad timing and Mike's super illness.
Yeah.
From traveling the country.
I was
dead.
Made the classic mistake of being mortal, and yeah, it's not allowed.
Yeah, yep.
It was a man cold.
Yeah, it was bad. So, now that we're super healthy for now, all of us. Tyler, I hope you get sick next.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome. We will work harder in the future to not miss weeks like that. We'll come up with a few backup plans or something here over the next couple weeks. But let's get on with the show with a lovely little segment we're bringing back this week. Benny, it's Gadget time.
It's time for gadgets. I'm
going to put some music in the background there for you.
There we go.
So, yeah, that's right. Gadget time is back this week. And we'll start off with Tyler's first.
Okay.
Tyler, what did you buy?
So, this week, I got a lovely little new upgrade. I got a new phone. So, previously, I had the Samsung Galaxy S7 active. And it was...
Good phone.
Yeah, it was a good phone. Unfortunately, one thing that happens is that the cord ended up having to be bent a specific way. Like, I tried multiple different cords, and it was just fucked up and whatever. So I was like, you know what? Time for a new phone. So I went out, and I got the Samsung Galaxy Note 8. The one that does not blow up.
Oh, that's good. That's probably a good feature.
Yeah. So,
that's what I look for when I'm choosing my phones.
I went there, and I was juggling between the Note 8 and the... Well, okay. At first, I was juggling between the Note 8 and the S8 Active. But then I saw how big the S8 Active is, and no.
No, by big, you don't mean like massive screen. You mean thickness, right?
I mean thickness, because it was the same... Like, right now, I have an OtterBox on my Note 8, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The S8 Active...
Yes.
Without the case is the same thickness as the Note 8 with an OtterBox on it.
That's rough. That's too much.
It was fucking massive. I was just like, no. I don't know what this thing has in it, but no.
What's the coolest feature?
It's the stylus.
The stylus.
Like, at least that's the feature, like the coolest feature that I've discovered so far. I like being able to write little notes on it,
right,
and whatnot. So that's always really cool. Since I saw the notes and how they always had that stylus with them, I was just like, man, I really want this. And then when the 7 came out, I was like, I want the Note 7. And then they started blowing up, and I was like, never mind.
Yep.
Now that I have it, it's a great phone.
So yes, no purchase.
Definitely yes. One thing that if you do upgrade to it and you have a previous Galaxy, you're gonna have to buy all new cords because it does go up to the USB-C for charging.
Which is better.
It charges so much quicker.
But it charges at stupid speed.
Yeah, it's really nice. So
that's good.
But yeah, no. So far, I'm enjoying it. Haven't run across any issues with it. So, but yes, definitely, if you have an upgrade, buy a Note 8 or one of the other 8s.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
But Mike, what's your gadget that you got?
So, I got a very special gadget because as of recording today, it's my birthday. Yay!
It's your birthday.
Birthday.
It's your birthday.
Go Shorty.
So, I went out, get some new glasses, and casually just started walking around, Walmart and electronics, of course. So what else do you do when you go to Walmart? And my lovely girlfriend bought me a brand new 55-inch 4K
55.
HDR XLED UHD TV. Woo. So I had a brand new 4K TV, courtesy of her, for my birthday. So that was awesome.
Yeah.
And holy balls, man!
nice difference. Now that you're in 4K.
Yeah, it's oh man. So I will get into the games I've played earlier this week, but I did some sampling on some games that I played in 1080p and then swapped out TVs and then compared them to that. And oh my god, the Xbox One X, it sold me. Like, that TV sold me on the X, even though I already owned it. It is phenomenal, the difference that HDR has and 4K has. It is fantastic. Now, we did get a pretty sweet deal on the TV, so if you are looking for one, I would highly recommend going to Walmart, checking out the deals now. There's some pretty hot deals that you can get. Even on 65-inch TVs, you're talking $700 for a 65-inch.
Crazy.
It was definitely worth it, and I'm glad I did the upgrade, just like Benny, because he had me a little jelly for a couple weeks. Not anymore.
2 weeks, that's all it lasted.
2 weeks, and it just ate away at me. So, I would highly recommend getting it. It is a Vizio TV, and those of you that don't know, that is technically Samsung. They use the same parts and everything, same manufacturing, so it is good. We're a Samsung house, basically.
Basically.
Yeah, so I would definitely give a stamp of approval. Biggest thing I can always say is when you're looking at 4K TVs, make sure that it fully supports HDR10. That biggest thing. That's what the Xbox uses, and the PlayStation, if you play on there. It's HDR10. That's just the format. Instead of Dolby Vision, it's HDR10. Go with HDR10. That is becoming the standard, but it's not quite a standard yet, so...
It's getting there.
Keep your eye out on it. Yeah. That was a big purchase, big birthday present for me. Tom Brady couldn't give me the birthday present I wanted, so my girlfriend had to make up for it.
He tried, bless him. He tried.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
He did. It's okay. There's always next year.
Yeah.
But, Benny, we got a little something extra this week, don't we?
We do, and this week we're going to talk about something that I was thinking about, well, earlier last week, but, that's how it works. So, we have a lot of games on our systems now and available to us that market themselves as free-to-play. Now,
Yep.
I've played quite a few of these. I know you guys have played a few yourselves.
I think we all have.
Yeah. Because we get suckered in, we get drawn in. It's like, oh, this game's free. You say, oh, and look, it's fun. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
You think, right, well, if it's free, then I can just play it, and there's achievements attached. Even better, free achievements. Right.
Yep. Yeah.
This is the point at which I should probably be able to do my Admiral Akbar impression, but I'm not good enough at it, so we won't do that. But it's a trap.
It's a trap.
It's a trap. Right? They are drawing you in to get you to spend money a different way.
Yep.
Right. Yeah, the
With
whole idea behind
microtransactions.
free to play is you get the base game for free, and depending on the game, you're either going to pay for in-game perks like buffs or just straight up skins.
Yeah.
Eh,
So, I'm going to go through a few examples here of games that we've run into that are free to play. There's ones that force the microtransactions on you. There's a couple of those.
Yep.
There's some that are really passive about it. They don't make you pay for them at all. It's one of these things that you can just go and buy if you want to. And there's stuff where you do get that competitive advantage when you pay for these things. So let's go through a few of these examples. And because I expect we're both, well, all three of us are going to be quite down on free-to-play games in this section, I'm going to start with one that I played that I actually genuinely really enjoyed.
No.
Yeah.
To the point where I still play it, on my phone.
I know what this is.
Yeah. So, it's going to be a bit left field for a lot of you, but it's Gems of War. So, there's a lot of games like this out there. They, match things in a Bejeweled style, and, you get to, use abilities that your characters have, and you have whatever the objective is, you mash around and you have to match these things up to achieve it. Now, the thing with Gems of War is not just the gameplay. The gameplay can be a bit samey sometimes, but it's the fact that they keep updating their game system, the way that you can play this thing. So when I originally started playing this, it was very basic. There wasn't that much that was, going to keep you that entertained for too long. But at this point, they've put in so many new things that they've made it more, far more interesting. And if you play this on Xbox as well, you'll notice that these title updates that they keep putting out keep coming with achievements.
They do. Yep.
So,
which is good. I like that. That's a big plus for me, is if these free to play games can add 50, 75, 100 gamer score in these little updates. It entices me to go back and maybe look at it more.
Yeah. Maybe.
I mean,
only maybe though.
If they're good.
Yeah. If there's and also you've got the thing about Gems of War, is that you have sort of all these creatures and characters that you've collected over the time. You've got teams that are built up and ready to kick ass. So for example, if I'd done this on the Xbox, quick side note here, the phone version and the Xbox version cannot be synced up.
That sucks.
That made me cry.
Yeah.
Unlike another free-to-play game that I know of.
Yeah, we'll get to that soon enough, I'm fairly sure.
Yep.
But the whole point is that once you've got these teams established in Gems of War, these title updates, like looking at the achievements on one of those title updates, I could smash through that in 15 minutes?
Right. Yeah.
Just because my teams are that well set up. I mean, obviously, I've got it set up on my phone, so I'm screwed. But yeah,
get wrecked.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But that game does not force microtransactions on you. They're there. They are ever present. But you can get all of the monsters that you want in that game. You can get all the things that you want in that game through playing, grinding, and random chance from loot box things.
Now, this is where the balance starts to come in play of the grind versus reward versus just paying money for it. And from what Ben has said, and I've been around him the entire time he's played this, Gems of War seems fairly balanced in that you can put in a little bit of time and you'll still get rewarded. It's not you have to spend 50 hours to get this one thing that is decent.
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
yeah, and we've talked that one to death.
Now, the polar opposite end of this scale, in terms of how much pressure they put on you for microtransactions, interestingly, is in the same genre of games. So I played this game. I played it to the first 1,000. They have released the title update with more achievements, but there's no way I'm going back for that. No way. And that's Frozen Freefall. Now that's just...
Did they add more achievements?
Did, yeah.
I did not know that.
It's one of these Bejeweled style sort of things again, but the thing is, it's based around the Frozen franchise for Disney. And it's alright. It's not great. It forces you to play the levels a certain way. But that one is one where if you're not really rigorous with yourself and making sure that you just wait for the next, for your lives to regenerate and keep going through these levels, don't pay for any of these crazy boost things that you can get. you've got to maintain that discipline, or they're going to suck you in with like a little microtransaction, just like, oh, you want to finish this level to get to this next bit. Well, just do this, and it's like, right, okay.
Just let it go.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did a thing.
that was so well played.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Oh, fuck this. Let's restart the show. No.
Yeah, we're done. That's it. Let's stop recording. God damn
Oh,
it.
well played, Tyler. Well played.
That was pretty good.
That was like a
I'm sorry.
tactical heat seeker. That one. Just like,
Okay.
fuck.
Well, so moving away from these gems, or what are they, Bejeweled-esque
Bejeweled.
type games.
Yeah.
This is when you start getting to stuff like Neverwinter or WoW or League,
Warframe.
Warframe. Those games, I've played Neverwinter when it first came to Xbox
we played that
because it
together,
was
didn't
we did, yeah. It was. I was really excited that it came to Xbox because it was a Chinese MMO, and that's never heard of coming to Xbox.
No, never.
You know, that's not a thing that correlates very well. But so I hopped on it, and I never felt the pressure that I needed to purchase anything in that game.
No.
But I always wanted to. Like I would see the armor, I would see the sets, and I would be like, oh, maybe I could get that if I purchased the key for the chest.
That's the thing.
Don't
The
do
way
it.
they do it in Neverwinter
Never did it,
is those
but-
lock boxes, isn't it?
Yeah, lockbox.
Which is just they must have made so much money because do you remember the chat box in the top right?
Yep.
It's like say, and it,
Oh,
just
I
in
remember.
case you haven't
Yeah.
played the game, it announces to the entire server if someone has
Yeah.
unlocked a lockbox and what they've got from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So every
It's like Destiny in that
Yeah,
sense,
so-
where you get a
where
legendary
people
engram.
get like
Yep.
exotics or legendaries.
Yep.
So yeah, every time someone unlocks one of those lockboxes, it puts a message up, and they were constant. They were just always scrolling through
yeah.
that window. And do you know when you look at how much it cost to get a key for those lockboxes, it was like
It's not
it's
cheap.
not cheap at all.
Yeah.
And you're there thinking every single one of those messages was that much money.
Oh my
Yep.
god.
It added up real quick, but that's a form of a successful free to play and really good game that they've still updated the shit out
Yeah,
of.
there's
Yeah.
been
It-
3-4 title updates for that as well, hasn't there?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're on dinosaurs right now, and I keep seeing that, and oh man, it makes me want to jump in.
We
but-
can kill bigger
when-
dinosaurs.
Yeah, we can. When me and Ben first started playing that, I saw where Neverwinter was going, and I had to stop myself. I said, I can't put the time into this and
Yeah.
just this. Because that's all. I knew what it was going to be. I knew how much time it would
It's
take.
World of
And
Warcraft.
I had to
again.
stop
You've
myself.
Gotta be careful.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it was
basically.
WoW. And I had to stop myself from playing WoW. So, in that sense, I know what Neverwinter is. I have a lot of respect for people who still play it and what it is, but it's one of those things that I just can't. I can't do it because I'll get sucked in too hard and I won't be able to focus on the other shitty games that I play.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's
Now-
a good example though. It is another way that they. Did
It really
it
is
in
of a
the-
successful
It's,
one.
it's a bit of loot,
Yes.
a bit of skins, and a bit of gear and things like that.
Gear,
it's-
yeah. It is very well balanced. And if you want a non-balanced game, the opposite side of the spectrum, Clicker Heroes.
I was about to
You're
say.
talking
That
dozens of hours of grinding like gold to get what you can pay $8 for.
Yeah.
And it's so egregious. I can't stand Clicker Heroes in that sense. Like just the leveling of all the heroes. It is kind of a cool, just chill out kind of game.
Yeah.
But
'Cause-
overall, some of the times bonuses, because when you rescend or ascend, whatever the hell it's called, your character, you lose everything. So you need those bonuses. And they're luck-based or you purchase them.
Yeah.
Or time-based. And it just takes forever. And it just drags on and on unless you put money into it. And I won't.
No. Did you end up finishing that? Because I know you started it.
I just stopped. I have to
okay.
go back to it. It's just one of those things that
Yeah.
daily
get around
check-in
to.
type things.
Yeah.
And now we did miss one that I don't know if it is a good one or a bad one, so you guys can help me here. Fallout Shelter.
Oh.
It's a fun
Dang.
game, right?
It is.
But maybe the achievements ruined it.
The achievements, as the only
Well, for
one
Bennett
who's
ruined
finished it, the achievements fucking ruin it. If you want to finish it, if you want to finish the game, get that 1,000. It's just so you look at that last achievement for getting 20 legendary dwellers.
Yeah.
If you go look on TA, they have that method for changing the clock on a laptop forward and backwards to get the weekly lockbox thing, or weekly lunchbox.
Right.
Uh-huh.
These guys are talking about like 90, 100 hours of sitting there,
Oof.
resetting the date and setting the date, just to get enough lockboxes to get that sort of thing.
Oof.
Right.
That's-
Yeah, it's too much.
Just
I
foolish.
so that points to a free to play game that isn't quite perfect to me. And the whole discussion here is this balance between microtransactions and actually having a game that you can enjoy and play.
Yeah.
And Fallout Shelter to me teeters along that line because of the achievements. Now that might not be right, or some people may not think that that's a great view, but when you're playing for achievements or trying to get achievements like that is a big consideration of putting in the time into these free to play games. If you're not going to get the return on gamer score, why play that game?
Yeah.
They've kind of screwed over any completionist that starts that game. That's the problem.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm that I guess group of people that doesn't mind. Like, I enjoyed Fallout Shelter. I haven't finished it yet.
Right.
But I enjoyed the problem with those types of games where you're basically making your own little settlement.
Mm-hmm.
I can get sucked into those games, and it's a problem.
Right.
Like, I mean, in Fallout 4, when I finally got to the part where you can go into the crafting mode and make your own settlements and, rip everything apart and make your own shit.
Yeah.
Right now I think I'm at maybe like 28 hours of gameplay.
You've got to watch that because it just
at
goes round in
least.
circles, dude. Like you make a little settlement and then you can move 20 meters down the road and make a new little settlement.
That's what happened, because at least I don't want to say at least 10 hours of that game have been me fucking around with the settlements.
Jeez.
It might be around 8, but the max is 10 because I have just I don't know.
Oh look, I
just
build
get
this
sucked into
perfect
this.
wall. Let's go
Yeah,
build
that's-
the wall. Oh look,
there was
I need
one,
turrets and power generators.
Yeah, there was one. It was actually, I'll save this for when we go to what we've been playing. But games like that where I can just sit there and make my own stuff, I will get sucked into. So that's why I like Fallout Shelter. I like that one.
It was fun.
So,
it was really fun at first.
it was.
Especially having played it. I think I played it a bit before you guys, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. You told us to
version.
download it.
I'm sorry about that.
I don't mind.
But yeah,
Thanks, Ben.
I know. I completely fucked your gamer tags forever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Yeah.
it was fun. It draws you in, and they did add some quests to it, and they have seasonal quests that are quite funny. The dialogue that they've written in for that game is really funny, but I'm not sure it's worth it. It's not that fun. It's good.
Yeah.
But it's only good for a certain amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
It's got an expiry date. You start that game, it's got an expiry date.
Yeah.
Right. Which isn't bad. Now, this next game is going to be a point of contention for me and Ben.
I know which one it is.
I was saving it for a little later in the discussion. Hearthstone.
Oh yes.
This game sucked me in to the point where I went to a competitive event and played. I won too. I came in second on one. it sucked me in so hard. The meta that game can create with the updates that they bring out, the science behind it, the math behind it, just learning it, studying it, know how to defend against other decks and how you can play against other ones. It becomes this chess match that is so fun and addicting. And I haven't played it in a bit because I spent a lot of money in it, and it just kept coming and coming, and I was like, no, this can't be an expense every week. So I had to stop playing Hearthstone because that is my Gems of War that Ben plays. I put hundreds of hours into that. I do see the free-to-play aspect of it being very bad. It's gotten, I will say, it has gotten a lot better and easier to get the cards.
Yes.
Watching the meta, because I watch it, I read all the updates. I still watch some streams here and there of people playing it at the pro level, and getting the gold is not really an issue anymore. You might play it for an hour or two a day and then stop, wait for the new quest the next day. Yep. Whereas before you would do a quest or two and you'd be done for a day. This one you can at least do other modes. It lasts a little bit longer.
See, this was always my problem with...
That's where Ben fell off.
With the beginning of Hearthstone. Because that's effectively what they turned the World of Warcraft trading card game into, isn't it? So,
yeah, it's exactly what it is. They took that and made it digital.
I had a friend in university days when I was a lot younger, who used to play the trading card game. In fact, he went to Worlds one of the years for the trading card game.
Wow.
So this guy's shit hot at card game tactics and stuff like that. But the problem I had is that when they translated it to the computer, they thought, we don't want to let people get all these cards really quickly. We want to make them have to work for them. And I kind of get that. I do kind of get that to a certain degree, but then...
Yes, but you're talking back in the days of Dr. Boom and stuff, like those cards. You're talking 1600 dust was almost impossible to get.
Yeah, and not just that, but you go on the game as a beginner. They go, here's these quests you get. You're like, awesome quests. I know what this is. This gets me my stuff. And then you do the quests, and then you've got nothing else for a day. Yeah. That time when you're the most addicted to a game and they slow your experience down.
Yeah.
That's such a bad idea.
It was very rough in the beginning, and back in those days before Wild was a thing, you had to put in the money. You did. That was if you wanted to play Hearthstone competitively, you had to buy the packs. You had to buy the packs to get the dust to craft these legendary things.
Yep.
Now, when you hop on there, like I still hop on there and I still open the new packs that come out here and there, and you get legendary cards for free now. Yep. You'll get the main basic set. There's a couple that you still have to get through packs or crafting, but you'll get ones that can be competitive just for free or completing the story solo modes.
This is the other side of it as well, wasn't it, really? Because if you look at the way that the community goes on Hearthstone, is you get, you've got, it's very much geared about making you play against people, which I understand. I understand that PvP, it's the way they want it to be. But I felt like the difference in step between those like solo challenges and the practice things you could do, and the people that you'd run into, like you'd go on there and there'd be decks with horrific things in them just straight off the bat. Yeah, they're supposed to be the same rank as you, but they're not even close.
But they're not. No.
Yeah, they're not.
No. I mean,
and that's where learning the meta would come in Hearthstone. Of okay, it's the first of the month. I'm not going to play for 2 days.
Again, though,
because all the people are clearing legendary.
Yeah, you're stopping playing for what, 4 or 5 days a month?
Yeah, that's what it would turn into. Because how Hearthstone works is it would set you back to, if you hit legend, it would set you back to what, level 23 or 21, something like that, or 15,
something like that, yeah,
somewhere in there. It would set you back, and then you have to work your way down to 1.
Yeah.
And then from there you go to legend and work your way off a leaderboard. But that reset day, it would be everyone who was legend would be at that spot. So you're playing crazy, insane people who have these insane decks, who know the meta like the back of their hand, and you're just trying to casually play, and they would just wipe you, and you can't do anything with your quests.
Yep.
That, which still hasn't changed. That meta portion is still there. Granted, there are a lot more solo things you can do, and they have switched from you paying $20 to now the solos are free, and you just pay for packs if you want. Which is, I personally like that step a lot more. Because each expansion was, $20, $30, and then you had to pay for packs if you wanted more.
Or, the way, like, when you were playing the game, Mike, and you were like, oh, you need to play this game, I was just like, okay. And I was really hesitant at first, but then once I got into it, like, I really liked it. And, you were just like, oh, yeah, you can spend this much money and, get all this. And I'm just like, or I could just sit here, get gold from the daily quest, which took a little longer. Well, actually, it took a lot longer. And you could unlock that solo play, for like 700 gold. Here's one section. 700 another. That's what I tried doing at first. And I got pretty far with it. I think I went through the first 2 expansions with just using gold. And then I think someone got me a Blizzard gift card, and I was just like, well, now that I have this, I'm just going to go through and buy everything. So, and then I was just like, oh, man, this is going to be bad. Like, I can buy, like, I could sit there and spend my money and buy all of the things that I need to win. And so that's kind of why I stopped playing it. Because I realized that if I'm not careful, I will spend the money.
And that's where I got sucked in.
So,
and I did the math. I spent close to $500 in that game.
That's a problem. That's a problem.
It was,
This
it was
the
bad.
concern, isn't it, with these free-to-play games?
Yes, that's a problem.
Yeah, it was real bad. But I had a lot of fun, and I did get to meet a lot of people at those meetups.
Yeah.
Those tournaments that I got to play in. They were fun, and there were, cool Blizzard, like they were Blizzard sponsored tournaments and everything, and they were fun. But you're talking, for me to get ready to go into one of those tournaments, I would spend $50 just on packs, just to make sure I had every single card I needed to have to have 3 competitive decks that you had to run. Well, not even they would mark off 1, so you had to have like 5 competitive decks, and then they would cancel out, you can't use Rogue, or you can't use Druid, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sitting on 5 active decks that I could roll between. It was a lot of money.
Yeah.
It was fun, but I can see Hearthstone, as much love and passion that I have for it. I can see where the barrier is. I was just willing to step over that barrier. Whereas other people might not be as willing.
Why do you have to make that barrier with my wallet?
Because
it's free to play. That's the whole point of this.
Free if you want to play and get schooled by randoms who've been playing it for months and years and years and years and years.
Yeah.
And years and years.
And that was the other thing that happened was, like, when I first started playing it, like, I had no idea what I was doing. And like, I would come across somebody and they would just wreck me. I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, I learned nothing from
fun.
this experience,
So, except for the one time I did beat one of the top ranked guys, and I was just like, I don't know what the fuck I just did, but I beat him.
I ran into that a lot, like a couple streamers I beat while they were streaming. It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
So Hearthstone has a special place for me, but
yeah.
I understand where Ben comes from of the hate.
So I think the point that we come round to, though, is that we want these free-to-play games as long as they don't, A, put some horrific paywall in.
Yeah.
Yep.
B, so long as they have continuing updates of content.
Yep.
And C, if it isn't pay to win.
Yeah.
Yep.
Basically.
Now, there's another little portion that comes into this. The game has to be good at its core, right? There has to be a loop of fun. And it has to captivate an audience. And some of these free-to-play games that come up and quickly die don't do that. News this week, I don't know if you guys saw this, that game Microsoft showed off, Gigantic. They showed it at E3 last year, or 2016.
Yes.
And then it was to come out. They showed it at E3 this year and then announced the release date. It is now being shut down as of July.
Oh.
And that is a completely MOBA-esque, like league type thing, like a lane and everything. And it's going to be shut down. You're talking less than a year that thing existed in the world because it couldn't captivate an audience big enough.
Oh.
Right? And same with, what was that Gearbox one that came out with Overwatch? Battleborn.
Yes.
Battleborn. It's the same thing. Granted, that's still going because Gearbox has money behind it.
Yep.
But look at the community. The community's not there. And these games like Neverwinter, Hearthstone, WoW, Gems of War, League of Legends, Warframe, they all have one thing, and that's a community that is willing to come back.
Mm-hmm.
So
Like,
you have to have the
half
hooks.
of them are Blizzard, so
Yes.
Blizzard knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's one thing I've learned. They know how to take my money real good.
steal it out of your pocket.
So-
but yeah, it's
Yep.
Yeah,
it's a genre we're not willing to give up on yet, but we've been stung a lot of times now.
Yes.
yeah.
That's how I would sum
Mhm.
it up for us.
That's what I would sum it up as. So if you guys have any good free-to-play games that have your hooks in you like Hearthstone had in me, let us know. Tweet at us. Benny, what's the Twitter?
At entirely_X.
Oh, he nailed it.
Yeah, I got this now.
Yeah, he did. So let us know if you have any free-to-play games that you can't shake,
that you
or that
recommend.
we should even
Yeah,
check
yeah,
out.
I want to know if
Yeah.
there's any good ones that I've missed.
Yeah.
Always
yeah.
willing to check something out at least.
Okay.
At least give it a
No.
go.
Should we move on? Should we go for the next bit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go.
Start the lists because it's been 2 weeks, so what we've been
It has
playing
been.
is going to be fun.
Oh boy.
Who wants to go first?
Boy. Tay, why don't you go first?
Okay, I'll go first. So, I had a bit of a shit list. I tried to. Well, actually, no, I did. I had a 10,000 gamer score month in January.
Welcome to the club.
So I pushed a lot of gamer score in January. Still trying to catch up to Ben before March. I'm still shooting for it, Ben.
How's that
I
going?
think what's going to be interesting is that little side bet that we had after you announced that first one.
Yeah.
You know, the whole 5 months, wasn't it? 4 or 5 months, I think, was the final cutoff.
Yeah, I think it was.
I think so.
I forgot what it was exactly, but yeah. So I went through a couple of games. I did Rememoroid, Virginia, AER,
Awful.
Refunked. I haven't finished Refunked yet. I still have 3 achievements left.
Speed run.
Yeah, the speedrunning ones. The
Yeah.
Park,
Awful.
ACA Neo Geo, The Last Blade. Still missing a couple on that.
That one's not too bad.
So, and then one that I just did yesterday. Well, yeah, yesterday. What? Right?
Yes,
yeah, yesterday.
Yeah.
Was Fallout 3 for the PC. Okay.
We got to talk about this one
Well,
because
so
as an achievement hunter, this is like stumbling upon the last Airbender.
yes,
Now
This-
the big caveat here, Tyler, is what?
it's not cheating.
Well, you can only get this
Oh,
physically.
as
You
a
have
physical
to buy
copy.
this.
Yes.
Yes.
And like that's the thing. Like I had to go on Amazon, find it, and then buy it like that. Like I actually had to buy the disc, put it in my computer, and download it that way. Like you can't buy it down digitally. So that's the biggest thing. The other thing that people are like worried about is that it's a form of cheating. It's not cheating.
It's not.
Bethesda.
Yep.
put
Microsoft
it
has
in
talked
this
to
game.
it. Yep.
Like they put it
Now-
in this game, and they're like, "Hey, we're okay with this. Do it."
Yep. And
So-
what we're talking about here, just so everyone knows, this is a newer show, newer audience. What we're talking about is going against the code of conduct for Microsoft, because what used to be a thing in the day was game saving. or profile cheating, hacking, game saving, where you would just load up on your PC, get 1,000, type it in, you have 1,000 gamer score, all achievements unlock.
Yeah.
What Fallout 3 does is you hit the little squiggly thing on your laptop and you type the word add achievement 1, enter, and it unlocks the achievement.
Yep.
So you have to type that 72 times.
Well, technically you have to type it 55 times, restart it, and once you reload the game, then type the remaining 20 or 18 or whatever it is. I'm bad at math.
Yep.
So
math is hard.
But yeah, so that's all you do. Just hit the command, add achievement 1 through 72.
I like to call it squiggly button.
It's a command key, but okay. So you just do that. It was kind of a bit of a bitch to install. It was
unpleasant. I was there with him when we were trying to get it going.
Like we had to go to the Bethesda's website, download an update for it, then install the game. It took longer than it should have.
Now the reason you're getting achievements for this, because you could play Fallout 3 without getting achievements.
Oh yeah.
It's Games for Windows Live. That Microsoft killed off when Windows 10 came out.
Yes.
So that thing is a piece of garbage.
Yeah.
But luckily, you can still
works.
play games if you have the physical copy.
Yep.
That's the key. That is the biggest key, is getting that. And make sure you have a product key.
Yes.
Otherwise, none of it will work.
Yep. So that's what I did. The games out of that.
Pro tip of the week. How about that? We'll call that.
Yeah. The games that I actually enjoyed from that, like I actually kind of enjoyed 2 of them.
Which ones?
Okay, so AER, I liked the flying aspect of it.
I did too. Yeah,
like
I will agree with that.
It was just really cool being able, because you can transform into a bird, okay, and then you're flying around. That's the whole thing. Like that's how you move from A to B. Like I just had fun flying and then hitting A and then just dive bombing into places. Like it was fun, and like you don't.
Everything else was useless though.
Yeah,
there was no story. There was no
nothing.
Other real mechanics besides jumping. There were some puzzle solving things,
but that was it.
But even without a guide, you could figure it out.
Yeah. Then the other one I enjoyed was Refunked. As weird as that sounds.
I liked the mechanics, how it felt.
Yeah, I just liked running from this to this. Like I liked it.
But let's see if you still like it after that speedrun achievement.
Hey, I looked at the time that I played that game. Okay, I sat at the menu after I beat my first playthrough for about 4 minutes. I was at 13 minutes.
Yep.
So I was around 9 minutes. So I almost had that 8-minute achievement just playing the game for the first time. So I enjoyed that one. Like I can totally see myself just sitting there playing that game just to fuck around.
Yeah.
It's
a good feel.
Yeah, one game that I had. Actually, Rememoroid wasn't that bad either.
It was pretty bad.
Yeah, it was. You turn around and then different things happen on the screen. It was weird. But the one game that I had, I don't want to say an issue with. It was just kind of dark. Was the park?
Yeah.
There was some.
Is it bad that I can imagine
stuff.
you in that like squirrel costume, Tyler?
there was some dark stuff going on in that game, and I was just like, this is
Yeah, it did take a bit of a serious tone towards the end.
Yeah, so
psychosis and stuff. Yeah.
So that was my shit stuff that I played. Then I did play 2 fun games. One of them I am working on towards my challenge that Ben and Mike gave me was Fallout 4.
Yep.
And like I said, I got sucked into that game. Like, oh my gosh, it's like I figured out gun crafting, and
that's actually really good fun.
So this is my best gun. Okay, it's a legendary gun that I got from a legendary monster. It was called the Mutant Slayer rifle. All right, it does 50% more damage against super mutants. It's disgusting. So I upgraded the shit out of it. It's my sexiest gun. And then I turned it to a 50 caliber.
Nice.
Oh my god, it's so sexy. I love it. So I'm gonna do that to all of my other guns and have fun with that. But no, I am enjoying Fallout. I don't know why I haven't played it sooner.
I'm kind of sad he's enjoying it.
So
this is
and
the thing. You guys might actually enjoy these games if you actually damn well played them.
yeah, so I am enjoying this one. So I thank you guys for this. And just a bit of a heads up, I will be streaming that Silver Shroud part. Probably
I'll
Friday.
I'll put it on our YouTube channel
Okay.
when this stream is done.
Yeah.
So make sure you save it.
You'll have to show me how to do that, but yes, I will.
Yep.
Yes, I'm planning on doing the Silver Shroud portion of it on Friday.
Think
so that's
of
going
it
to
like
be fun.
an origin story. You've seen Wolverine Origins. You've seen all these other things. What you're going to see here is the Tyler Spindler Silver Shroud Origins.
So, I am enjoying Fallout 4 immensely. And then the other one I picked up, much to Mike's dismay, it was not Monster Hunter World.
Boo.
It was actually Dragon Ball Z Fighters.
Yay.
So far, so good. It is much better than Dragon Ball Xenoverse 1 and 2.
I've actually seen stuff about this game. Believe it or not.
It is nice.
Yeah. Have you seen,
I've heard very good
have you
things
seen
about the animation.
The anime game
Dragon
side
Ball
by
Super?
side boss kill things.
Yeah.
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 It's really nice.
I have trouble telling which one's the game and which one's the anime.
Unfortunately, since I've watched so much of the anime, I know which one's which. But
Right.
that's a whole nother thing. But no, Dragon Ball Z Fighters, it goes back like the fighting style. If any of you have played Dragon Ball Z Budokai or Budokai
Yeah.
Tenkaichi,
Yeah.
so much better than the fighting style from Xenoverse and Xenoverse 2. I hated those fighting styles.
Yeah.
This one is so much better, and I love it. The story's a
No,
bit
that's good.
weird, because it's gonna sync up with the anime, at least character-wise. So I don't want to get too far into it because I haven't fully finished the anime.
Nice.
But I will pop on and kick the shit out of some people
Nice.
throughout the week.
That's what you
But
should
yes,
be doing, yeah.
yeah. So, but that has been what I have been playing. I just flubbed those words a bit.
Lub-a-dub.
Blah, 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 blah. So, who's up next? Oh, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's go bend the hoe. I did another funny.
Two in a week. Jesus.
I think we have to stop on this one. I think mandatory.
Nah, we keep going.
I mean, if he gets 3, I'm gonna have to check that it's actually Tyler.
I'll jump out my window.
Jesus.
Right, so in the last 2 weeks, what have I been playing? So I've been doing a bit more of Need for Speed Payback. You know, just driving around, racing some cars.
Good stuff.
And I am
Yep.
very happy with myself. Because
He did a good thing.
Because what I did
Oh, boy.
early on in the game was I saw the derelict cars, which are like a collectible series where you have to find these things on the map with clues, and then you have to go collect the bits, and then you get a derelict car, and then you can put that together, and you've got like it's a classic car sort of thing.
Uh-huh.
Now, what's interesting about the derelict cars is that they have super build options. So when you get it to a certain level, once you get it to over 300, you can do the super build, which makes it a lot better, and then you can get that even further forward. So what I have right now in my racing slot is a top level super built monster of a car. And I've just finished the 1% league or whatever it is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I creamed them. Every single one of those races, they had no chance. They couldn't keep up.
It's good.
Like they just didn't.
Yeah.
They had no chance at all. So
Now the difference, mine was more skill. Like I had to race like at 100%. I had to not mess up anything because all I was doing was just buying cars and upgrading them.
I mean, there might be a certain amount to do with whatever difficulties we were on and whatever.
No, it was just default.
Yeah. I mean, it's just something that I found saves you a lot of money to the point where I've been able to focus on the other achievements. So, for example, getting the sets of each of the the upgrade items.
The 12.
Yeah, I've been able to focus on getting the cars to top level, so I have that car at top level. I've been able to focus on buying the cover star cars.
Right.
So I'm getting a lot of that done, whereas I think previously what I would have had to spend my money on would have been getting new fancier cars and then upgrading them all again.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah.
Now, are you going to buy the DLC?
I don't know yet. I need to finish the game first.
Okay.
I'm enjoying it so far, but yeah, it's a pretty game. I like driving around in things, but yeah, it's good fun.
Yeah.
Derelict cars are the way to go. Do them early on, you live in the dream.
Yep.
So yeah, that's Need for Speed Payback. I've played a bit of my challenge.
Ooh.
So the ACA Neo Geo Turf Masters. I am one achievement away. I was.
And which achievement is that?
It's the bad one.
Yeah, the high score.
Yes.
Get to hole 10 on high score mode.
I'm sorry.
But I am improving. I'm getting better at that game.
Well, that's good.
Like, I'm getting used to how the game plays a bit better, and I'm like I got the one before it, so it's get to hole 8, and I got to hole 9, and I was like one shot away from getting to hole 10. So, but this was when I wasn't paying attention very well, so I was doing something else at the same time, so it's understandable that I would fuck it up at the last hurdle. But yeah.
Yep.
So we're working on that. It's going. That will be finished in time for the end of the year, easily, I think.
Good.
But the main focus of what I've been playing in the last couple of weeks has been Monster Hunter World. Monster Hunter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which...
Oh, man. This game.
I knew this game, if we got involved with it, me and Mike, and actually delved into it, we'd get a bit obsessed.
Yep.
Yes, that's a that's a
is
perfect word.
That's a good word for it?
Yeah.
Because what it is it's got a steep intro section where you've got to figure, if you're not used to Monster Hunters, you've got to figure out a lot of things. But then you get to go kill some big crazy monsters.
And then it's all nice.
Yeah.
It opens up
so
real bad.
So there's one thing that we have gripes with, I would say, Mike, and that's that you can't, if you're on the same mission as a friend, you can't do that with the friend.
Oh.
One of you has to have finished it for them to be able to join in your game for that mission.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, you can send an SOS flare when you get into the mission, but you have the chance of a random jumping in at that point because it sends out the flare. But your friends can respond to SOS flares.
I would imagine, though, that if they respond to your SOS flare, it's not going to finish that quest for them. You'll have to do it again for them.
Yes. No, they're coming in and helping you. Yeah, you'll have to return the favor. Which I will because I love you, Ben.
Did you manage? How much have you managed to do? Have you managed to get past your Androrath yet?
No, I'm still in the Androrath.
Okay, so we'll get that done relatively soon. We'll go kill you the Androrath because that thing needs to die.
That thing is a T-Rex bird that breathes fire.
T-Rex bird that breathes fire.
It's pretty hardcore, but it's not even the most hardcore thing in that first area.
It's not.
No? What's more hardcore than that?
There's some
exactly
ridiculous dragon thing. It's crazy.
Oh my god.
Oh.
But
yeah. It
so
is.
that game has been great fun so far. Absolutely great fun, and I think you would agree, Mike, on that one.
Yep. My game of the year so far.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We're literally only like 2 months in.
Let's take notes, guys. That call has been made.
That is game of the year so far, definitely for me.
Sea of Thieves, the gauntlet has been thrown.
I think Sea of Thieves will probably knock it, but as of right now, without Far Cry 5 or Sea of Thieves in my hand, yeah.
Good stuff. I like
Monster
that.
Hunter.
I love that. I love that call.
Yeah.
Right, Mike, talk us through the rest of what you've done this week, Mike.
Oh boy.
What
so
other shit?
my personal goal of 2018, I'm coming close. Tonight's the night that I do it. I said by my birthday, I want to be at 400,000 gamer score. I am sitting 4,000 gamer score away from that. I'm at 396,000. So, what did I use to get there? I did maybe the fastest game of 2018 so far.
Oh,
A
yes.
semblance. Yep. That I finished full 1,000 in about it. Macca's guide takes about 25 minutes.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yep. There is a little bit of randomness, and the game is finicky. I did mess up on one bit and had to replay some in the game. So I was actually about 35 minutes, but that was my own stupid fault. So I don't fault the game for that. There is a very time-specific achievement in it. And what I mean by time is you have to have a stopwatch with you when you do this. The final achievement in the game, you have to load up a specific memory. I had to figure out that for some reason when Macca did it, his time was 1 minute, 1 second. Mine was 1 minute, 3 seconds. And now what that means is you would load up the memory, walk into the room, stand in a spot until the clock turned a specific time. Now the trouble is you cannot view that time from the drawer that you have to open, right? So that's where the stopwatch comes in. So you load it up, figure out the time difference of when it starts to when the clock turns, then wait that, open the drawer, wait until the clock turns another time, run into your room, stare at a spot in the wall, and then you get the last achievement. So it is very finicky. Pay attention to the guide. You're going to have to do a little bit of math and compensation on your side because what I found, I'm running on an Xbox One X, and I don't know if Macca was. So my load times were really fast. Really fast. So I think that's where the 3-4 second difference came in, and that's where I had to figure it out. So I hope that I explained it a little well when you get into the game. It might sound like complete gibberish.
A little bit gibberish right now. I'm sure it'll make sense if I get around to that.
Yeah.
When you get to that section, just have a stopwatch, figure out the time difference for yourself, and then replay it.
Yep.
And you'll get it. That's what I had to do. I saw a couple other comments out there doing the same thing. But still, fastest completion of the year. That took me 35 minutes, even with my fuck-ups. So take that. I finished off Super Lucky's Tale.
Yes.
I started that a couple weeks ago. I enjoyed it. It is a 3D collectathon type thing. Really fun. I would just recommend if you're going through it, don't smash through it just to get to the end 125G achievement. I would just play each world, 100% the world, move on to the next one. Because then there's only 4 levels per world, and there's 4 worlds. So
it's not horrible.
It's not horrible. Just take your time, go through each level, get all of the collectibles, all the coins, everything, and then move on to the next one because each world has 100G gamers, 100G achievement, right? So, just go through it, take your time. I do like it. It's not great. It's not crazy insane. Everyone has to play it, but it is good. It was, I think, $30 or $20.
30.
$30, yeah. I started then Overwatch, or no, not Overwatch, Firewatch. God.
Oh boy.
Firewatch. Yeah, it's. I like the colors. I like how it plays. It's maybe the best walking sim controls that I've ever played. It is very smooth. Yeah. The camera I had no issue with looking around, moving around. The walkie-talkie interacting with the lady. I just can't get into the story. I just don't care. I really don't. So, I read a text guide, and then I go through, I listen to the section, and then I get the missable achievements in each day or whatever.
I spent the whole of that game waiting for the betrayal.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. But
you'll
I
see
don't know.
what we mean if you haven't played this game yet and you decide to give it a go.
I haven't played it.
You expect something to happen for the whole thing, and some
Yeah,
things do happen.
and people say that People say it's like super linear. I don't get that at all. And in fact, if I didn't look at the map, I don't know, or a guide, I don't know if I would be able to figure out very easily where to go.
Mm-hmm.
They're just like, oh, go to this section. All right, where the hell is that? And, it's okay. It's not the worst walking simulator I've played.
You have nothing else to do other than go to that place.
Yeah, But yeah, there's nothing in the world besides that. It does look nice. 4K TV, Xbox One X. Looks real good. It's fine. Plays fine.
It looks wacky. It's one of these artistic games, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, I like the colors and the outdoors. The sound is nice, but
it's a very good color scheme.
Yeah, I would crown it as the best walking sim that I've played. So
Jesus, all the big talk today.
Yeah, I've played a lot of shitty walking sims. So
yeah.
And then to get me even further, I did a thing, guys. I did something bad.
I know what it is.
I may have bought the ACA Neo Geo games on Windows 10.
Oh no!
You did.
No.
Oh yeah. You had no idea.
So Michael used out there. I bought 7 of them. So you give me a total when you hear this, and yeah. So those are a thing I'm plugging at. I still have 4 more to go through for 400,000 gamer score. I'm almost there, but I did get a new TV, so I said, let's see what this thing can do.
Some
right?
terrible,
take
terrible
it out.
old games on it.
Right, non 4K shitty games for gamer score. So I whipped out Gears of War 4. And holy shit.
Oh yeah.
That game is, man.
It's nice.
Oh, it's my favorite game in 4K. Hands down. Now, I haven't played Forza Horizon 3 in it, and I hear that's phenomenal. But Gears 4, it definitely stamp of approval on that HDR10 and 4K. And cool. Yeah, that's fun stuff. I also did check out Need for Speed, because that has a 4K update. I loved it. The detail that you get in 4K with that 4K patch, there's a difference. It was lovely, and the game that I had the most fun in by far is Monster Hunter World.
Yeah.
And this game does something I think all games should do, and this is how you do Xbox One enhanced games, is Monster Hunter World. You have 3 different selections if you're playing on an Xbox One X. You can prioritize frame rate, resolution, or graphics. And you can pick which one.
All of the above.
That you want. Yes. I go for frame rate. I'm a frame rate person. The frame rate has to be perfect. So I've been running on that, but I did switch it over to graphics, and then I did switch it over to resolution just to see what it did. Well, there's a difference. There is a big difference. The game does look gorgeous. It looks nice, pretty, but in 4K, it's even better. And that game itself, there will be a lot of Monster Hunter talk. So strap in for that over the next couple months.
Oh, yeah.
There was one thing, what was it? What was I going to say? That we didn't talk to about Monster Hunter.
I don't know.
Uh-oh. I lost my train of thought there.
I haven't played it, so.
PvP that
No,
we haven't
not
even
that.
touched.
Oh, we'll get to that. That's
the
going to
electric
be...
Squirrel?
That was cool. That was
The
pretty
electric
cool.
Squirrel is very cool.
Excuse me? What?
I'm gonna go full indie knobhead now, Tyler. And you just don't know.
I remember.
You just don't know. If you haven't played it, you just don't know.
Yeah, you just don't know. Electric Squirrel.
You just don't. I know. We'll tell you, dude. We'll tell you about it.
Yeah. No, what I was gonna say, I forgot what I was gonna say there. But the load time difference between the X and what Ben is playing on, which is the Day 1 edition.
It's got like a quarter of my load times. If that.
You're talking, I load in about 10 seconds. It takes Ben and our other friends about 30 seconds, 45 seconds.
Wow.
It's noticeable. Yeah. I'm like running through the woods, and I'm like, Ben, where are you? And he's just like, I'm on a loading screen. Oh, okay.
Loading.
And I'm just like, oh, damn.
Yeah, so that was probably the first difference I noticed, was me running ahead, looking around, no one's there with me. And there's a frickin' Andrath screaming at me. So, that it makes a difference, I would definitely say. And I think we're only going to see more of that this year. Between loading screens.
It begins to make a case for the Xbox One X.
It does. Yeah. If you don't have one, I would say to play one of these games that involves co-op loading time, and you're going to hate yourself. So I would just pull the trigger and buy one now.
Do it.
Yeah. So, that's all I've been playing. Hopefully I can pop another 4,000 gamer score later tonight. And next week, say that I did my first goal of the year. Otherwise, I'll probably miss it by a day. But that's not too bad in the grand scheme of things.
Nah.
I did score over 13,000 gamer score last month, which is shows good. I might even be able to hit 500,000 this year. I thought I wasn't going to be able to, but
we'll have to see how it pans out.
Yeah, we will. Only other segment before we start signing off here. What's out now? If you're a PlayStation, Shadow of the Colossus remake is out this week.
Ooh.
That's the only thing of real note. And this week's sale hasn't been posted yet, so.
Oh.
Yeah. There's nothing there.
It'll be out by the time that this show goes out, though.
Yeah, it will, so keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
Oh, Games with Gold did change over.
Not to anything particularly
Should mention that.
exciting, unfortunately.
The Samurai Sword one looks interesting.
Ooh, he said interesting.
I forget what it's called. I forgot what it's called.
I don't know either.
Shogun? Showdown? I don't know.
We'll get back to you.
The 360 game is split second. One of my favorite racing games of all time. And it was actually made by Disney.
That one I played, didn't I? Split second.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was fantastic.
Is that the TV show one? Another TV show one?
No, that's the one where all like the backgrounds explode and shit breaks and blows up, and the course
that
changes.
sounds-
I think the story of the game
good.
is that
Yeah.
it's a TV show, isn't it?
Oh well,
It's-
I paid so much attention.
But yeah, no, I really enjoyed that
No.
game. The interactive
I really
terrain
enjoyed it.
is really good fun.
It is, yeah. It looked great in the 360, so go back and play it on the X. I would recommend
it's free,
it.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's free. Yeah, what's 4 seconds of your day to get a free game, you know? But I'm not gonna read the sign off Ben wrote.
You are
going to
read the
suck
sign
it.
off. If you don't, I will.
Fine, then take us out of here.
So that's it for this week here at the Entirely X Gaming Podcast, guys. We hope you guys have enjoyed watching the Patriots get viciously fisted this weekend. And we hope to see you
Ben.
guys next week as well. So
Would have been a lot more satisfying hearing Mike say that.
it would have, yes, but I don't think you could have made him say
I'm not giving you the pleasure.
the Patriots got all that pleasure.
Yeah.
Right, so
Yeah.
the Twitter handle is at entirely_x. Tyler, the Insta handle is.
It is entirely _X_gaming_podcast.
Every time.
Yeah, you can. I did forget to mention what I bought with Monster Hunter. I bought the collector's edition.
Oh, yeah.
So you go to Instagram, check out what came with it. It is pretty nice.
Some nice pictures on there.
Thanks. I try. But you can also go to Facebook and start talking on there. Our Facebook group is facebook.com/entirelyxgaming. Yep. And go to YouTube because we're not there yet for the subs, and YouTube keeps changing stuff. You just have to go to YouTube and type in Entirely X, and our channel's there, where Tyler will have a stream.
Yes, I will.
Also, check us out on Mixer. We'll be sure to tweet out Tyler's personal Mixer, and we will have a Mixer team coming shortly. That'll have a bunch of us on it, and we'll tweet all of that out. So stay locked on Twitter.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So that's us. We'll catch you all next week. So sign off. Tyler, go.
Oh, I'm bad at this, but
do the voice. Do the voice.
I don't think I can. I'll do it next week once I actually do it. But
practice.
Once I practice. The whole time I'm going to be playing that, I'm going to be practicing in that voice. But so for now, I will see you next week, and next week I will be my alter ego, the Silver Shroud.
You have to do the entire show as the Silver Shroud.
Jesus Christ. No.
All right. After one of the best Super Bowl commercials ever, life finds a way.
Oh my God.
And I'm just gonna go out, just being myself, I suppose. There's no crazy shit from me this week.
Okay.
See you all in a bit, guys. Have fun.
All right.
See ya.